A little video this week talking about the amazing little Crappie Magic crankbait by Lucky Strike and the deal we got going on right now. Actually, two deals, one on the Lucky Sticks also, one on the Lucky Sticks and one on the, three of them for 20 bucks on the Lucky Sticks. 3 Lucky Sticks, your choice, any of them, three for 20 bucks, free shipping. And also the little Crappie Magic ultralight crankbaits. Now these are ultralight crankbaits. And of course, I smash all my hooks down. They're very easy to smash down on this. I smash all my hooks down. And I did want to come down here and throw it a little bit. Now, I put it on a really light rod and reel. This is a HT Enterprises High Tech, the people that make our Jimmy Houston Signature Series and Blaze Series rods and all this. This is a little, they call it a micron, little micron rod. It's got a little AccuCast reel on it. This reel's a very inexpensive little rod and reel. It's really short. I don't know what it is, 5'2" or something like that. 5 foot even. 5 foot even rod. Now I've got 8-pound test line on there. Now that line's really a little bit too big for that little small crankbait. That's a clown color. But I got to thinking, I did that deal, and you've been ordering a lot of them, and people really ordered a lot of them. But I haven't fished this bait in like forever. I mean, I hadn't fished it in a while. And I don't have enough line on this reel. This 8-pound test, and I need to load it up with 6 or 4. But I just wanted to check it out. I just want to check it out down here a little bit and throw it a few times and just see what happens. Now, on any type of little bait like that, what you want to do is throw it out there and fish it at top water right at first. Just kind of leave it. Oh, one hit it. So probably a bluegill. This is a great bluegill bait. It's called a Crappie Magic, but it's a little ultralight bait and small bait. And it's only, let's go see how far. This is 8-pound test line. Now, Jeff Williams, my buddy who runs Lucky Strike, was telling me that he's running on 6-pound line and getting about 3.5 or 4.5 feet out of it. He actually said he's getting about 4.5 to 6 foot out of it. That bait looks to me like, and you can see, I don't have enough line on there. You can see I threw all the line off of that reel. I threw all the line off of it. See that right there? So I need to have more line on there. There's no doubt about it. But he said he was getting on, I think he said 6-pound line, he was getting about 5 foot off of it. I believe that's what he said. Now it looks like to me, just looking, I'm probably getting about 3.5 foot off of that bait. Just slow, wind it and stop, just like you do any crankbait. Wind and stop, and it's running perfectly true and straight, which is amazing on a little tiny crankbait like that. And it got down fairly deep because it got down in the grass a little bit. Got a little blade or two of grass on it, which I do not want on there. Fish will still bite that sometimes when it's got that grass on there, but I don't like it on there. I like to get it off. Always on a crankbait, when you throw it out there, you want to wait just a second, let the ripples die down, just in case one of them wants to jump up there and bite it on top. Especially where you've got, now I fouled it, it's running okay now. I fouled up there for a second, and then jerked it a little bit, and the hooks evened up. It'd be nice to catch a fish on it. Now, I don't know if I'll catch a fish or not. One of the things you want to do, I don't know if you can really tell, but you notice I got my rod tip down close to the water. Now, that's what I'm trying to do, is get maximum depth out of it. I'm up here on the dock, and it's getting pretty good depth because it's getting down and getting a little grass on it every time. So I'm thinking it's running about 3.5 feet. This is 8-pound test line. It's too large a line to fish it on, to be honest with you. Too big a line to fish it on. Really cast that little thing. Again, you can see I'm casting all the line off of that. Oh, one hit it up on top of the water. Something hit it up on top of the water. Look at that little rod and reel bend. Look at that. It's probably a big bluegill. Could be a bass or a crappie. I don't know. It's something though. What was that? 3 or 4 throws is all? Yeah, doing more talking than I am fishing. I have a bad habit of doing that a lot, don't I? Yeah, y'all agree with that. I don't know what that is. It's got grass on it. He got down the grass a little bit on me. It looks like a bluegill. It is. It's a bluegill. It's a big bluegill. Look at that big bluegill. He got down in the grass. Now the fish hit the bait up on top of the water. I'm going to get my finger in his mouth there. He hit the bait on top of the water. We'll get the grass off of there. But isn't that a big pretty bluegill right there? Look at that. You catch a bunch of those. Now this will catch everything it swims. Bass and white bass and crappie. It's called a Crappie Magic. That's a giant bluegill right there. You see how that bait, that's a tiny bait for such a big bluegill. Big giant bluegill right there. Now he hit it up on top. He hit it as a top water. So that might tell you, if you were fishing with that little bait, to move to a little bitty small top water that's about that same size. That might work. But now this worked fine for a top water. And you can use it as a top water bait. You can use it and just dance it around a little bit on top of the water. Dance it around a little bit on top of the water when you throw it out there before you wind it back in. Like I said, on a crankbait, it's always good to, when something come up and swirled all over it. And he did again. They're hitting top water, guys. They're hitting top water for sure. But one hit at it twice, but missed it both times. Probably another big bluegill. You know, they've got a pretty tiny, small mouth, so it's hard for them to get even a bait like that. Now, it's got real small hooks on it, real small treble hooks on it, but it's just hard for them to get that bait in their mouth. One of the things that I'm amazed with, even with 8-pound test line, is how far this thing throws. I mean, I'm throwing it way out there. I mean, way out there. It's all the line. I'm throwing all the line I got on the reel out there. And I got to bite that bait up on top, so I'm definitely going to dance it a little bit on top before I start winding it in. And then, like I said, you're always on a crankbait to get the maximum amount of depth out of it. Hold your rod tip down close to the water like I'm doing right here. I got my rod tip down about 2 or 3 inches above the water. That's exactly what you want to do. I'm having to lean over to get down to the water on that. I think I'm getting about 4 foot out of that. It looks like I'm getting about 4 foot out of it. And that's with 8-pound test line. 6-pound test line, you're going to get deeper. 4-pound test line, you're going to get deeper. And now if you want your crankbaits to run shallower, like if they're getting down in the grass or down in moss, just hold your rod tip up a little bit like I'm doing right here. Real simple, easy thing. I'm seeing some grass growing off out there that I can see, so I want to come across the top of that. I hadn't had a bite with it cranking in. I'm mostly just winding in. I probably should be doing a little bit more stop and go. The 2 bites I've had on it have been with it right on top of the water. That one come up and got it on top of the water also. But that's probably another bluegill. I mean, I got a lot of bluegill out there where I'm fishing now. Boy, they're pulling on this little tiny rod. Look at that rod bend. Look at that rod bend. See that rod bending? Oh, he come off. Oh, no, he didn't. 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 This one's not as large as that other one was. Come on here, baby. Pretty good bluegill, though. Real good sized bluegill. You can see that you got to be careful. Now, he's got 2 treble hooks in him. So I'm going to just kind of put my hand around him like that and hold him. And you can see he's hooked pretty good there. But I've got barbless hooks, so it's going to be easy to get him unhooked. See how easy that is? That's big. Nice, big, beautiful bluegill. Now, this little bait is a great bait for kids because they can throw it. You want a little open face spinning reel like I've got right here. A push button spinning reel will work also. Those little kid caster reels will work great. And but a little open face like this little micron rod is perfect for kids. It's only 5 foot, made by High Tech. I think you can probably get them at jimmyhouston.com, I believe. If you can't, we'll get you some. That's fun. Both those fish hit it up on top of the water. And I missed one on top of the water also, so I'm just leaving. Another one come up and got it on top of the water. He come off. That one come off. That one got away. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You know, I tell you what, I have a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun just catching these bluegill down here at the dock. Especially if I do it on just a regular crappie fishing or bass fishing rod. And I have a lot of fun doing that. But when this little bitty thing right here, I mean, they're all a battle. Have a big old 3 or 4 pound bass jump up and get that little bait here in a minute. It's going to be a real battle royal. I got over the top of some grass, so I'm holding my rod tip up to bring it across the top of that grass. This thing comes in a myriad of colors. That's a clown color I've got on there, which is got a little chrome in it, red and chartreuse, and that's a good color. They seem to like it better as a topwater than they do a crankbait right here today. But anyway, I just want to come down here and throw this a little bit. And Lucky Strike's got that deal going, luckystrike.com. When you go fishing, you want to fish lucky. Just remember that. That's what Lucky Strike is all about. Fishing lucky, fishing lucky. Got to fish lucky. Another one come up and hit on top, but missed it right there. And I just basically am pulling it down a little bit and then letting it float back up to the top. Ooh, I saw something coming up out there. I got to throw out there at him. But they've got the deal going on over there right now. 2 of these little baits for $5. You can get you 2 different colors. And there's no limit on them. If you want to get 4 or 6 of them, you can. They're going to pay for the shipping, too. And at the same time, you can get you 3 Lucky Sticks jerk baits, and those are just dynamite baits right there. They're really, really, really good baits. You can get those Lucky Stick jerk baits, 3 for 20 bucks. So you can get you a couple of these little ultralights to have fun with, and you can get you some Lucky Stick jerk baits also. That's what the guy won the Bassmaster Classic on at Grand Lake this year, was jerk baits. I don't know if he caught all of his fish on jerk baits, but I know he caught some, because I saw him on a video in social media catching some, throwing those jerk baits around the dock. And he was throwing, I think, 3 or 4 different colors. So he was using a variety of colors. Jerk baits are really, really hot right now. Great thing to be throwing. You can shrink that bait down, let it go down a couple feet, let it float back up to the top also. Ooh, that one hit it. That one hit it coming up to the top. I stopped it and was letting it float back up to the top when that one got it. I don't know, that might be a bass. He's pulling pretty good, but he didn't jump. So it's probably just a big bluegill. Boy, that one got it as it was floating back to the top. He's pulling, might be a big crappie. Could be a big crappie, I don't know. No, it's a giant bluegill. I mean a giant bluegill. I don't know, this might break my rod lifting this one in. He is a giant bluegill. Golly, if y'all are around where some bluegill are, holy moly, look at the size of that sucker. Look at the size of that bluegill. Oh my gosh. He got that treble hook down there. Even though I got no barbs on it, he's so big. I want to be able to get him unhooked. I want to try to get him by I may have to get some pliers or something to get him unhooked. I can't get my hand around him. Look at there. I can't get my hand around him. He's so big. Oh no, that barbless hooks. I just went down with it and up, and 2 of them come out, and I've got him up here got him hooked up here where I'm going to be able to get him loose now. That is the key on barbless hooks. And you notice look how big that bluegill is. It's a giant bluegill. Huge bluegill. Upside down bluegill, right side up bluegill. And that's a big one. That fish weighs a pound or more. Guys and girls, that's been a lot of fun. I wanted to come down here and fish with this little bait a little bit. I think I'm going to throw it some when I'm in Missouri here in a couple of weeks. Out in the lake trying to catch some crappie. A crappie magic, a little tiny crankbait, 2 for $5, free shipping. Lucky Sticks, 3 for 20 bucks. Stock up on these. You want to catch you some fish, it'll catch everything that swims, I promise you. Surprised I didn't catch a bass on it. Surprised. Guys and girls, have you a great one out there, and remember, I sure do love you.